Good evening, everybody. Thank you for being here today. My name is Jeff Scaife. I am the Washington Fire Department FES Administrator. Uh, I want to thank you all for being here today, members of the media, our city elected officials, and of course, those from the public. Um, we get a lot of information here to pack into a very short time. With that being said, we understand that all of you have some concerns, I'm sure many questions, um, and we're here to address several of them. And I hope that through the next couple of minutes here, we will do that. We'll start off with some concerns about our staffing model. Um, there has been brought to light that our first arriving engine companies, fire engine companies, have only two firefighters on board. And while that does not meet the National Fire Protection Association standard of 1710, which is four firefighters per first arriving fire engine on a scene, um, I can honestly tell you that it is not from us attempting to procure funds to do this. This is an immediate goal for us, as it has been over the last several couple of years. Over the past, I would say, decade or so, the federal agencies um, have come up with a grant. It's called a SAFER grant, which is staffing for adequate fire and emergency services. Now, although we've applied 3 or 4 times, we have not received it. There's a lot of criterion that goes into it. Too much for me to detail today, but certainly it wasn't for a lack of us trying, and we'll continue to try as the grants open up. With that being said, currently our administrative staff, um, uh, even though our efforts have fallen short through the SAFER funding, we are looking into alternative methods um, to add firefighters over the course of the next 3 years. So, with this year, we would add enough firefighters to bring one engine company uh, up to that minimum four per shift. We have 3 shifts, and then the following year we'd have another engine company, and then finally the third year would round out and would make us compliant. Uh, One of the other issues that came up um, that we have not been complying with training requirements for hazardous material response. At the time of the train derailment, training staff had completed the entire department's hazardous materials awareness level training, um, which they are all certified in. Uh, and again, like I just said, at the time of the derailment, our training team was in the process of orchestrating a hazardous material operations level training for all members. And coincidentally, that is actually set to kick off at the end of this month. So within a few short months, we will have our department up to uh, operations levels. Uh, Moving forward from that, we will also dive into the potential of having technician levels as well. Um, our biggest goal with everything in our training is to ensure that we're OSHA compliant, Occupational Health and Safety Association, to make sure that we're trained up to those standards. With that being said, there was an incident that you're all aware of, the train derailment near the nursing home, where firefighters entered the hot zone without operations training. What I can tell you is the first arriving, we're still investigating everything, but what I can tell you is that the first arriving firefighters and officers recognized immediately a life safety hazard that was present at the nursing home. With about 120 occupants and staff, the crews, in our opinion, heroically jumped into action recognized the issue of the toxic flow of materials running towards the nursing home, which has a history of even rainwater pooling up in there. And they diked it off. Unfortunately, it ran off into a nearby river or lake, rather. Sorry. Not ideal, not ideal at all. But in the course of their actions, um, they did what they had to do to save a life. And this is not uncommon when we deal with structure fires, where we have a two in, two out rule. If we get on scene with only four firefighters and someone is trapped, we can make that entry. We have one person at the pump operating the fire hose, and the three then will jump in. Lastly, I know communication has been. We recognize the shortfall in that. Communication has been hard to come by. Effective tomorrow, we have assigned one shift officer and a public information officer to establish, create, promote, and monitor the following to provide the vast amount of information about the fire department, fire and life safety initiatives, emergency community outreach, among others. With those mediums, we've got Facebook, Instagram. We'll be working with the city to establish an e-blast newsletter, which would be a monthly newsletter, which would discuss basically the things I just mentioned, things about the fire department, fire and life safety initiatives, etc. Additionally, these three, four will provide my staff with monthly reports that will be presented at each second city commissioners meeting each month, where me or members of my staff will present personally. So I know there's lots of time. We don't have time for questions today. I have left my business cards here on the table. Feel free to take one, send me an email, give me a phone call. But I want everybody here to know that we are committed to providing the best fire department, the safest fire department, and the best services for our citizens, our visitors, and the community in a whole. Thank you again, and I hope every one of you have a nice and safe evening. Good night.